So this is the elephant head that's going to go on to the elephant body, and so this is the full tutorial just for the head. He's only got one ear so far. I'm going to make that in the next video, the other one. So I'm going to start at the tip of the trunk, and the only other thing you need are some safety eyes, or you can sew your eyes on if you want. So let's get started. We need still a 4mm hook, or whichever hook you used before, just to keep it consistent. This pattern, the head is quite top heavy, so it's designed like that. It makes it look more cute. So we're going to make our no magic ring starting 2 chain, and then we're going to do 5 double crochets into that second chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then if we count back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the first one where the stitch marker should be going in, and then we'll just, let me just get one of the little ones. I thought I might prefer that one, but I obviously don't. So in there, and then if we pull the tail yarn tight, that will bring that round. Now this is the tip of the trunk, so it's quite fiddly, this first bit, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to chop off that tail yarn just so it doesn't get in the way. So we're going to do rounds 2 to 8. You might need a pen. Rounds 2 to 8, we're going to work 1 double crochet into each stitch from the previous round. So we've got 1, grab your stitch marker, and pop that back in, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. So my next one is there. That's 2, and 3. This is the fiddliest part, and I promise you it does get easier. 4 and 5. Now just keep a tally, because we've got to do 8 rounds of this, sorry, 7 rounds of the same. So that was round 2. So just pop a tally next to you, or on a counter, and then the same thing again. So we're going to go into that one with our first one of this round 3. Quite tight. So that's 1, and pop your stitch marker in there. And then 2. And then we've got 3 there. 4. And 5. So that's my round 3. So that's really the end of the tip of the trunk. So that's, I'm just going to put another tally on mine. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need to do 5 more rounds just to get up to here. So I'm going to pause my side of the video if you want to carry on, and I'll meet you back when we've done eight rounds and we've got a trunk. Phew, that was tight. So we've got a little trunk, and now we're going to start increasing. So I've done 8 rounds in total. Rounds 2 to 8 were just 1 double crochet into each stitch. So now into this stitch here, we're going to do 2 double crochets. So I hope you've remembered to keep up with your stitch marker, otherwise it really is impossible in Amigurumi. So 2 in here, and then 1 into each stitch going round. So this round is going to end up with 6 stitches on it. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so that was round 9. Round 10 is where we really start increasing. So into each stitch going round, we need to do 2 double crochets. So 2 in here. Remember to pop your stitch marker back in after the first one. 1 in there, 1 in there, same place. And then 2 into each stitch going around. This is where it'll get easier because you've got more fabric to hold on to and to work with. So we're aiming to have 12 stitches by the end of this round. That's 6 for me. 7 and 8. 9, 10. And then here you can see 11 and 12 going into the last stitch of the round. 11 and 12. So that is round 10 finished. Round 11 is going to be 1 double crochet into each stitch round. So just count as you go, make sure you've got 12. 1, 4, 6, 10, 11 and 12. So that's round 11, and then round 12 we're still increasing, so we're going to do 2 double crochets into this next one, and then let's pop the stitch marker in there. So 2 in that one and then 1 in the next one, and that sets your pattern for this round. So you should end up with 18 stitches. So we've got 1, 2 and then 1. So 1, 2 and 1. Okay, so 1, 2 and 1. Now this is the point, it's a little bit exciting, where we can add the eyes. So pop your stitch marker at the back, and your eyes are going to go in between rows round 11 and 12. So these are my safety eyes. If you want to sew them on, that's absolutely fine. So they're going to go 5 stitches apart, and elephants have quite low ears. So if you just double check on this one, you can see I'm going to go in about there. So you can see there are holes in your work. And don't put the back on yet, just make sure you've got them where you think you want them. And then in between you need 5 stitches or 4 gaps in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll pop it in that gap there. They look about right. Yeah. So pop the backs on when you're happy. These are safety eyes, so very secure. Pop that back on. And our little elephant face has got some eyes. So grab your hook again, and then we are on to round 13, which involves just 1 double crochet into each stitch going round. Stitch marker back in. So that's 1. So 1 double crochet into each stitch going round. So on this round, you should have got 18 stitches. It's really starting to take shape, isn't it? Oh, I always keep forgetting to ask as well, as I try to grow the channel, I've got loads of cutesy things to share. I really appreciate you subscribing. That would mean the world. That's what YouTube counts. So there we have round 13. So round 14, we're going to do 2 double crochets into this one. So 1, 2, pop your stitch marker back in that first one, and then 1 double crochet in the next one, and then 1 double crochet in the next one. So the pattern is 2 in that stitch, and then 1 in the next one, and 1 in the next one. So it's a 2, 1, 1 situation. So 1, 2 and 1 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, and then 1, 2. So you should have got 24 stitches, 1, 2, and 1, 1 by the end of this round. Okay, let's have a look so far. That's the end of round 14. So rounds 15, 16, 17 and 18 are just plain old double crochet into each round. So you might need to grab a pen again or your stitch counter. So this is round 15, so it's just 1 double crochet into each stitch going round. So I'm going to meet you back after round 18. So 4 rounds of this, and I'll see you back when we are kind of up here somewhere. So I'm at the end of round 18 now, and so we're going to start decreasing now. So to decrease, we're going to do 2 double crochets together. So just like you did with the body, so you go in, and you've got 3 on your hook, 3 strands on your hook. You come through, and that gives you your decreasing stitch. You've made 2 into 1, and then you're going to make 2 single double crochets. So the aim of this round is to get back down to 18 stitches. So 2 together, and then 2 separate ones. 1, 2, 2 together, and 1 and 1. 2 together, 1, 1, 2 together, and then 1 and 1. So we've only got 2 or 3 more rows after this. Why do I keep calling them rows? They are rounds. So we're going in the back of the head. On round 20, you just need to do 1 double crochet into each stitch round. So just a normal, easy peasy round. So again, I'm going to pause the video and I'll meet you back at the stitch marker after this round. So the next round is round 21. We're going to double crochet 2 together. So that's 1 and 2. And then we're going to pop that stitch marker back in. And the pattern on this row is then to do 1 double crochet. So double 2 together, and then 1. So on this round we're going down to 12 stitches. 2 together, and then 1. 2 together, and 1. And then the final one, 2 together, and 1. So that should bring you to have 12 stitches. Can you see now how it's pulling in at the back? It looks more like a bird than an elephant. But once you get the ear on, it does start to look like an elephant. So the last round is round 22. Before that, you need to grab your stuffing and stuff its trunk. Now what I did to stuff this one's trunk was I just shoved some of this down with my needle. I don't want it too stiff at the end, I want it to be a bit pliable. So just stuff some toy stuffing down, or whatever. You could put old wool in this, or some old fabric that you've put into little shreds. So that's nearly full. Put plenty in there. So you want it to be fairly firm. Okay, I think just another blob more. So that is what my elephant's looking like so far. And the last round, grab your hook again, is going to be to double crochet 2 together 6 times without the double crochets in between, and this really does pull it tight. So double crochet 2 together and then through. So again, and through, and again, and through, and again, and through. Now what did I forget to do? I forgot to put my stitch marker in. Look alive. This round is easy to see where you're up to. And through, and then I'm going to do one more double crochet, 2 together. Now let's have a look if I can get away with another one. No, because I've done my rounds, so I'm going to show you what to do to really close that hole up tight. So fasten off. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. Fasten off with quite a long tail. Pop that through. Grab your darning needle. And then we're going to just sew. I love this little trick. It's very clever. So if you just grab your darning needle and go into the front loop of this next stitch, and then the front loop of the next stitch, and just keep going and really slowly pulling it, it will sew in on itself and just close up like that. So then we can hide this tail end within the work, never to be seen again. Just going to do it another couple of times, make sure it's totally secure. And then snip that off. So we have an elephant's head. You might want to manipulate the trunk a little better than I've been able to on here. So join us for the next video and we'll do some ears and I'll show you how to attach them.